We work hard for our members because they're our greatest strength.
West worked for me when I needed an auto loan for my first car.
When I need to make a mobile payment, West works for me.
Put our premier savings account to work for you, now paying up to 25 times the national average. West Credit for you, today, tomorrow, together.
West Coast Men's Health has helped thousands of men overcome erectile dysfunction and Peyronie's disease using acoustic wave therapy. No pills and no shots. But it's not our success stories that separate us from the other clinics. It's how we interact with our patients. From your first call, our medical staff will take the time to answer your questions, whether it's about your ED, how our treatment works, or even about the cost. Our goal is to inform and educate you so you're comfortable when you come in for your first visit. And right now, we're offering a free treatment for just coming in. That's right, you can try this treatment at cost to make sure it's right for you. So if you're tired of frustrating nights, you're ready to get off Viagra and put an end to your ED or Peyronie's disease, then give West Coast Men's Health a call today.
With clinics in San Mateo and Sacramento, call 650-407-1168. That's 650-407-1168. Online. HSA cards welcome and financing available.
It's 7:58, traffic and weather together on the 8s. Here's Kim Wonderly.
It's getting pretty busy on the roadways. Not that much in the way of accidents and but just really it's filled in here. But South 101 through Marin County, we did have a fender bender at Freitas Parkway. You may see that off to the shoulder there in Terra Linda. South 101, the stop-and-go traffic is in Novato, though, from Roland Boulevard down to about Ignacio. Then it's just slow traffic into Terra Linda. Also just getting a report of a problem, South 101 in Corte Madera. It looks like it's right around Madera Boulevard. A stalled pickup truck said to be in the middle lane. That's not helping. In the meantime, Bay Bridge, we're backed up east of the MacArthur Interchange, 580 all the way to 24 this morning. Looking at South 880 traffic, on again, off again, slowing. San Lorenzo all the way down to Fremont. Earlier problems at Thornton have been cleared. And North 101 on the peninsula, very slow from, let's call it Hillsdale, past the 92 interchange, most of the way up toward Burlingame, where we've had a problem right near Anza. You may see a fender off to the side. Your next update, 8:08 on the traffic leader, KCBS. Mostly sunny skies expected throughout the afternoon today. A little bit cooler, highs getting into the 60s and 70s. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny again, but a bit warmer inland with highs getting into the 80s. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on KCBS. Thursday, October 13th, coming up on KCBS.
This is Matt Bigler in Menlo Park, experiencing a 7.0 earthquake in an earthquake simulator.
I'm Michael Wald in Santa Rosa, where participating in a sideshow will now mean big fines and possible jail time for more than just the drive.
And the punishment is being read in the death penalty trial of the Parkland, Florida school shooter.
When you need to know, KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, and Odyssey Station.
It's 8 o'clock.
CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Chick-fil-A.
I'm Steve Chafin. Florida, a jury verdict on punishment for the Parkland school shooter Nicholas Cruz being read in court by the judge.
We, the jury, unanimously find that the aggravating factors are sufficient to warrant a possible sentence of death. Yes.
A final decision on that will be made by Judge Elizabeth Shearer. Cruz shot and killed 17 students and staffers in 2018 at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. President Biden says again today, fighting inflation is his top priority. To do. Consumers know the problems all too well.
Everything's going through the roof. Rent's out. Gas is up.
Today, the government reported a rise in consumer prices last month, or 8.2% higher than 1 year ago. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
It's this shelter component that's causing a lot of the problems, both shelter and food. Here the Fed thinks inflation is going. I think they had expected that this would be a tough report, maybe one more really bad month. But once we get beyond the end of this year, we should start to see that core rate of inflation come down.
In of inflation, Social Security benefits will be boosted next year by 8.7%. In a couple of hours, the House committee investigating the Capitol attack holds one final public hearing. CBS's Scott McFarland tells us there's new evidence the Justice Department is weighing about the top-secret documents found at former President Trump's Florida home.
An individual tells CBS News investigators have spoken to a witness who works at Mar-a-Lago and says the former president directed him or her to move boxes containing documents after Trump advisors received a subpoena in May. The handling of the boxes and the documents were part of the FBI's reasoning to get a warrant.
Connecticut, 2 police officers were shot and killed and a third seriously injured when they responded to a violence call. Police Chief Brian Gould.
They answered a call to duty and they responded without hesitation. And that's what they did every night before that. And that's what all our officers do and will continue to do.
The suspected shooter was fatally shot. Doctors say they're seeing an increased number of cases of the respiratory illness known as RSV. Medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder says it can be trouble for young children.
It causes a runny stuffy nose, a cough, sore throat. But when it gets into the lower airway, so the bronchi, the lungs, in little kids that causes bronchiolitis, pneumonia, that can be a lot more dangerous.
Wall Street right now, the Dow is down 81 points. This is CBS News.
Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Order a grilled spicy deluxe sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. It's spicy and full of flavor. Available for a limited time.
In KCBS, mostly sunny skies expected throughout the afternoon today with slightly cooler temperatures. Good morning, I'm Melissa Colross.
And I'm here. Well, the anniversary of the Loma Prieta earthquake is coming up next week. To help the Bay Area and California prepare for the next big one, the state is once again rolling out an earthquake simulator, which is making a stop on the peninsula this morning. KCBS's Matt Bigler joins us live from Menlo Park with more. Matt?
Good morning, Eric. The simulator is being used this morning. Folks are walking out saying, what is this thing? And giving it a whirl, which shakes it back and forth for 40 seconds. 7.0 magnitude earthquake. I experienced it myself at least 2 times this morning, and here's what it was like. And it's a good thing that these chairs have sturdy grips, because I'm sure I would probably fall out of the chair at this point. The shaking is so violent. This is kind of a little bit of a ride that you would experience in an amusement park. However, it would not be nearly as fun if this was your house. Jose Lara, earthquake program manager, to secure furniture that could fall and break and become safety hazards. Remember, the safest place for you to be during an earthquake is to drop, cover, hold on at the shaking starts. And if you do want to get earthquake early warning alerts, go ahead and download the MyShake app. That app sends out an early warning signal 10 seconds before a major earthquake hits. Reporting live in Menlo Park, Matt Bigler, KCBS.
Thank you very much, Matt. Santa Rosa is getting... that increases the penalties for those participating in the events. KCBS's Mike DeWald reports people involved in sideshows now will be subject to a fine or arrest.
Despite a new stepped-up enforcement policy of calling in surrounding agencies to help break up sideshows, Santa Rosa police has few tools to actually hand down punishment.
That we've seen that were strictly associated with sideshows, no other festival that happened to be in the area. 100 to 125 vehicles and about 300 to 400 spectators.
That's Current. These new rules cast a wider net. Now those promoting and organizing sideshows could face punishment, as well as spectators and passengers.
Those are the people that you usually see hanging out of the windows or running around the vehicle, spinning around in the middle of an intersection and then get back in the car. Those passengers would also be subject to arrest or citation.
The penalties could include up to 6 months in jail and $1,000. Drivers could also be liable for any damages to city streets or infrastructure. Santa Rosa is the first Sonoma County city to adopt these rules. Maheran believes other cities will soon follow suit. In Santa Rosa, Mike DeWald, KCBS.
The California Department of Justice has just released the numbers on a months-long push to get fentanyl off the streets. KCBS's Megan Goldsby has more on what's next.
The figures...
4 million fentanyl pills, 900 pounds of powder, over 200 dealers and poison peddlers arrested.
And since April, says California Attorney General Rob Bonta, who says the crackdown is continuing with even more
not